go ahead and Google your industry size. So taxes, industry size. And financial literacy, industry size. Plumbing, industry size. 9 times out of 10, that number will blow your mind, bro.
I want to be true to myself, but I also want to be able to make a decent amount of income to survive in the worst case scenario.
Right. How do you build a prestigious brand?
It's about wrap the package. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is wrap the package.
Right.
Whether you're dressing it up or dressing it down, wrap the package. Everywhere I go, I hear these older women call me old money. I get so tickled.
I don't think the bag determines like the success. So I don't want to say the bag, but I will say like there's been people that taught us things and we've actually taught them things, but you still have to humble yourself, right?
For sure.
Like even if I start to interview with someone that I feel like that I might be on a higher level than them or something, I still got to humble because you can learn from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, I learn from my son every day. You know what I'm saying? But you can learn from anybody. So I think no matter how success in terms of finances or in types of celebrity, I think everyone should always be able to humble themselves and listen. Because if you can't listen and you just always talking, doing the most talking in the room, then you're going to be one of those ones that never grow. You're going to stay stuck in that room, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
1,000. So we talked about the future plans for your lead. You talked about the future plans for you. Outside of focusing on your personal brand, what is a major goal for you in 2024?
2024, what? 2024. I mean, I have some goals. Just have to rearrange them. I mean, I hit one of them. Wanted to get that nice house, you know.
yeah. We talked about that. Yeah.
Wanted to get the nice car, but those are materialistic things. You know? I just want to be a great father. I want to be a great husband. I just want to be. I want to be inspirational to all the people that's close to me. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm shooting for now. Like those materialistic things were really cool in the beginning, but it gets to a point that how much more things can you get? Mm-hmm. You know, it becomes old. You know. Yeah. But I definitely want to grow the MacPack community. Mm-hmm. I want to grow EWAL University. I want InvestFest to be the. I don't care about how many people we have, but I want every single person that comes to InvestFest. Yeah. I want them to say this is the most amazing conference festival experience I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah. And I mean that's really like my personal goals. Like I'm not really a selfish type of dude. I be trying to be selfish and just think about me. It's just not in me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm always for the whole team. I'm a team player. Yeah, right. That's how Earn Your Leisure works, right? Like everyone has a place.
For you to have been behind the scenes for that long, I don't know how many men with our egos would have be okay being behind the scenes of something this epic for that long. And you saw the bigger picture. I'm sure you didn't just do it because you didn't want to. It's like. I know in this season, I need to take the step back so I can focus on other things. And that, dude, I know that took a lot.
Well, everyone got a part to play, right? Like I prefer to be behind the scenes. Even to this day, I prefer to be behind the scenes, you know? But again, it goes back to, you don't have control of your destiny, right? As people grow, like, Troy and Rashad, they're just not like just my friends. They're celebrities now, right? Mm-hmm. Who knows the future for them, right? Like how much longer can they do what they're doing, right? On this level, right? I don't know. I don't want to hold them accountable to take me with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a celebrity. They're celebrities. So they could literally say, oh, man, we're done. We're going over here, right? Mm-hmm. And I'd be damned if I let somebody control my destiny, you know what I'm saying? And I got to start all over again, right? So instead of me, worrying about anyone else outside of me, I got to focus on just building things in place, businesses and properties and things like that to make sure that I'm good because I became accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And I'd be damned if we talked about this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go back, you know what I'm saying? So so I just had to rearrange certain things and I try this, I try this, I try it. Because I'm trying like what I want to be true to myself, but I also want to be able to make a decent amount of income to survive in the worst case scenario.
Yeah, nah,
You know
for sure, for sure. One question that came to mind for me is y'all interviews, the show has interviewed so many people. Got a chance to get an up close look at a bunch of different business models, right? So if someone's trying to figure out in 2024, like, all right, like, I don't know a ton about business, like, but I want to get started from what you've seen, right? What's like maybe a viable business model or two that you've seen that like somebody like could really get started in and thrive, even if they don't know a ton about business right now?
I think podcasting is a big business. I think it's a great business to get into. People say it's oversaturated, but you see like Shannon Sharp been doing it for 3 years. He just got his wow moment, right? A couple months ago. I think, there's so much information that's out there.
Yeah.
But there's so many more people that need to consume the information. So I don't think it's more information than people yet. So as long as it's more people than information, there'll always be a need for it. It's like the trucking industry. When we first got into trucking, we were making bazooka bucks a week or a month, right? Because there were more loads than there was trucks. Once it became more trucks on the road, it became less loads. Now they can charge, instead of charging $1,000 for this load, they can charge $500 because they know they're gonna get it because it's not too many loads and it's so many trucks and somebody gonna take it.
Yeah.
So it's the demand, and I don't think the demand is reaching. I think like radio might still have about 50% of advertising dollars. Until that number's down to zero, I think you should be podcasting and doing it all the time because it's something you can get in behind this mic and talk about whatever you love, whatever you like, whatever you want. And you could put it on Apple Podcasts, put it on Spotify, and you have access to the world just in an instance.
That's a good point. So since speaking of podcasting, right, like that's what y'all focused on first, but I think many people don't understand how to monetize a podcast, right? So can you kind of break down like how to make a podcast a business, like how you can make it profitable for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple well, the first thing is you have to get a part of a network that has an agency, right? The great thing about Red Circle is you can actually be on any kind of
we just switched
platform.
To Red Circle.
You switch?
Yep.
You don't even have to switch anymore. They're doing an agency now. I asked them, can I white label it? I'm always thinking ahead of the time. But you want to be a part of a network that has a component where they actually go out and buy and search brands.
So by agency, you mean like they go out and find advertising dollars and bring them back to the platform and distribute it to the people on the platform based off. Okay.
Correct. And they get a percentage.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. That's the first way you can, monetize. The second thing I always say is go to your immediate network, your friends and your family, and say, give me like, what you got a business, you got a brand, give me a couple $100, I could promote you on your podcast. That's the second thing I would say. These are the first two things I would do. The third thing is I would create something that I could have a way to make money, whether it be a ebook or a course or a community or merch. And the merch is a simple way because you can go to Printful and you don't have to spend $1 and literally have a merch company. They make even a free website now.
Right.
So you don't have to spend out $1 and you can create merch. And the people that if they don't have a brand that they'll support you and buy your merch because they just want to support you and they want to just show you they care and they support you. So those are things right off the bat.
Go ahead and Google your industry size. So taxes, industry size in a US. Financial literacy, industry size. Plumbing, industry size. 9 times out of 10, that number will blow your fucking mind, bro. Yeah. The event industry in America alone is 96 billion. In the world, it's about $450 billion. I don't have $1 billion.
All I want is a piece. I just like over 100 mil.
So when you look at numbers like that, it's just really like, bro, I'm not even scratching the surface. And then that's when your mind starts like, okay, how do I get a piece of that? Let's just take the 96 billion in America. Fuck the rest of the world. Right. Let's just take the 96 billion in America, bro. You doing $100K a month. All right.
Yeah. That's cute.
That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? And then your mind just starts wondering. It's like 10x is greater than 2x. It's like what like how can I do it better?
Right.
Who am I not selling something to or selling something for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. I might be selling taxes to freaking Mary, who has 3 kids, and I'm helping her get her $2,500 for Samuel. Right. But then there's somebody who's doing $1 million a year, and they need to save some on taxes too. There's people doing $10 million a year. They need to save on taxes. There's people doing 100.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's why I started looking. I'm just like, bro, like, who are the people? And that's when we came up with the done for you offer. Because I'm just like, bro, like, there's really people out here who don't want to do shit.
Right.
They're just like, yo, bro, just give me the keys. Here's my money.
Right.
Say that. I got you. And then your mind starts wondering, like, how do I get here?
Yeah.
How do I get here? You're a roofing company. It's like, how do I get $100 million clients? Well, who has $100 million and who needs roofing? What do you have to sell them? And then take that offer and make it stupid. Take that offer, make it so good they feel stupid saying no. Yo, I'm gonna give you an event space in 30 days. If it don't get all your money back in 6 months, I'll take it off your hands and give you the money back and $3,000 for wasting your time. I'm sorry.
Talk spicy.
I can do that.
But the only reason why you can do that, back to his point, is because you know your numbers, you know this business inside and out, and so you know what you're doing, right? A lot of people are trying to package up and repackage information to sell it. No real strategy, no real promise that people are going to get results, but you have conviction
100%.
and belief because you've seen it happen over and over again, not only just for yourself, but for the people that you've helped do it, so you know it's possible.
100%. I did this for 5 years, brick and mortar. Like, I have people who join our program now, and they're just like, yo, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's so funny. I onboarded this lady the other day. She's just like, I'm not going to lie. I remember when your business almost went out of business in COVID. And like, I counted you out. Like, I looked at it and I unfollowed you because I thought you was going to fall. I didn't want to see the destruction.
Thought you was going to pivot and start doing the, So I'm selling, XYZ, man, but like,
yeah.
And then she's like, now I see you now with your company and like your ads and like everything's all put together. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a fan now. And I'm like, I looked at it and I was just like, it's so funny because just like a lot of times these are the comments that you see on Instagram. It's interesting and it's very, very refreshing when you see it in person.
Yeah.
But
and I think what separates us in today's world is that, number one, all 3 of us in this room have experience doing the thing that we're actually teaching. Right. I remember you was looking at, was talking about your business. You was like, this is how much I make from my brick and mortar. This is how much I make from my coaching.
100%.
So you was able to like have them side by side. And I think what gives us all confidence is that like we've actually have the receipts. And if this coaching thing goes away, like we can actually go help somebody because we have the experience of going to help people. So when people say like, I suffer from imposter syndrome, the answer that most people don't want to give them is like, okay, well, stop being an imposter.
oof. In the chest.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like,
right.
like if you go and sit in front of a crowd of 3,000 people, you say I have a beard. You don't feel like you're an imposter saying that because it's facts. But the reason you feel like you're an imposter when you're on stages or teaching a class, the reason you might feel like that imposter syndrome is because you know that you don't have the receipts to be given the advice that you're given in the first place. So I think that what separates all of us in this room is that we have the receipts. We have the knowledge, we have the expertise, and now we're only giving it to people that we know we can help, and that's why we're able to guarantee these results.
I think another component of the imposter syndrome, though, I wouldn't say like I disagree, but I think just the other side of the coin is just kind of like some people I feel like get imposter syndrome because they don't realize how good they actually are. So it's just another way to look at it. Because I know some people who are like, they get imposter syndrome or they don't teach what they do. But like, it's kind of like your aunt who doesn't open up a restaurant, but she make the best freaking catfish you ever done seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a form of imposter syndrome. She doesn't think in her mind that it's as good as what it really is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's also the antidote to that. Get better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get better. So it kind of boils down to the same thing because there are people who are flexing shit that they don't got or talking about things that they're not good at. Get better. And then there's the people who are actually good. Get better if you don't think you're that good.
Right. Or get so good that it's impossible to not feel like you're the best. Right. Because, for example, if you give out that catfish and people beating down your door like, no, you got to make this, you got to sell it. That means you got so good or you have a product that's so fire. People are literally forcing you into creating it. Right. They're not just your cousins eating it on Thanksgiving or whatever the case may be. So no, that's real. That's real.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What do you think is going to be some things that you have to implement to get to that 9-figure goal? Like, what do you think? Like, is it I need to become a better leader. I need better team members. I got to perfect the product, because as we're all inspiring for that 9-figure number. Right. And I was like, always see like from other entrepreneurs that want to get there as well. What do they think the biggest focus they need to implement into their business to actually get there?
I think for us particularly, it's product development, because that's always been the cornerstone of what's made our business so profitable. Just like the product was very, very good. But the problem on the other side of the coin was that we did not have a product for everybody. Imagine you go to Walmart and they only got one type of bread. Cinnamon raisin. Yeah. You don't like cinnamon raisin.
You're allergic to cinnamon. You're
allergic to cinnamon. You out of here. Yeah. So for a very long time, our company was very, very niche and only appealed to one type of person. That's what's kind of kept us stagnant for very, very long. So as a result, by virtue of scaling, we got to a certain bottleneck where it's just like, we have to have something for people who just not ready yet.
Right.
That's why now in event-based leads, we'll repair your credit for free. Yeah. We got programs for free. Yeah. We got we got like, oh, you're not here, you over here. Oh, you want to be over here? We got this. Because we had to. Anybody like who's kind of coming up on the cusp, I highly recommend you read the book Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson. And one of the things he talks about to get to the 1 million to 10 million is you have to have multiple offers and multiple products. Again, imagine Walmart only had one type of bread. Now it's like, all right, what you want? I got rye, I got Italian, I got cinnamon raisin, you know what I'm saying? I got wheat, I got whole wheat, you know what I'm saying? I got vegan, you know what I'm saying? So that was for us to get to the next level, which is what we're so heavily focused on now, is just having an amazing product for people in all parts of the journey. Because not everybody's going to be ready for event-based elites. Not everybody's going to be ready for even scale your venue, which is our B2B offer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to help the people who are over here become that. Right. And that, like, once we turned that on, that brought a lot more, that increased, I would say that brought in probably like another 15% in March alone. Just like having something like, hey, look, listen, if you're not here just yet, like, all right, let me hold your hand to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? So that you can finally run on your own.
The day you wake up and you make a decision, this is who I want to become. What is the power that you possess? I believe we're born with it, but some of us haven't tapped into it. And then you go into prestige. It's all about brand. One of the things that I just burns my butt is brand people talking to people about a color, about a logo, about your website. Those are important, but that's low-hanging fruit. A prestigious brand is when you walk into the room, people see you. Right. There's something about him that I need to, wait, who are you? You look important. You look like somebody I need to know. They don't know your name, but something about you draws them to you.
Right. How do you build a prestigious brand?
It's about wrap the package. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's wrap the package. Right. You all have your logo shirts on right now, right? It's all about profit. When people see it, like, I got to go talk to them. So obviously they're about their business. There's something going on with them. They're just not two brothers walking around talking about we're doing this. They're doing something. Wrap the package. Whether you're dressing it up or dressing it down, wrap the package. Everywhere I go, I hear these older women call me old money. I get so tickled. Old money to me was an old white lady back in the day. Come on, be real. Yeah. You saw something about like, that's old money. Yeah. My kids laugh about that now. Mom, you owe money. Not yet, baby. This new money, but old money is coming. That's from the grandbabies. And then profits. How do you get to your bank? How do you get the banker to know your name when you walk in? Hey, Dr. Stribling, how are you? I'm good today. What can we do for you? Just come over here, bring you to the side. And it's not just that. It's just the profits you bring to your family and to your legacy. This is what I love about what you all do. I watch your, it's the old people, I watch your chickadee talks in your Instagram. And it's just the fact that y'all are letting us in on game, because there are conversations that are happening that we're not, especially for women, but just our culture, we're not part of the conversation. Right. It's not that some of us don't want to be, but maybe we don't know enough. It's not enough just to have an LLC. What are you doing? How many entities do you have? How are you protecting? I had to become a millionaire to learn that. Yeah. Nobody teaches it. So it is just more about how can we P3 a woman's life?
Love it. Now, to your point, women, they grow up and they're taught like, hey, you're supposed to be the nurturer, right? How do you help women create this paradigm shift where it's like, all right, I had this identity of being a woman and a wife and a spouse, and I'm letting somebody else lead. How do you help them create that paradigm shift where they can still walk in their power, right? Be this audacious, bold woman while still balancing the fact that they still have, a companion and a family that they still care for, right? Because I would imagine that that's kind of a struggle for a lot of women, right?
It's I don't even use the word balance, if I may. I use the word harmony.
Okay.
And when you harmonize your life, the things that are priority to you come first. I heard you say something, let somebody lead. Can I just talk to that for a second?
For sure.
Yeah, I'm working. He's still working on me. But you know, I knew, honestly, God sent me the right guy with my encore marriage. Very late.
Encore marriage. Come on.
I love
that. Language.
Encore marriage of really laid back, chill. He is not a pushover at all.
Yeah.
But he speaks when these are his words, not mine. I speak when I need to. I don't have to talk all the time. And I was like, man, who is this dude that has my attention? Because I would say I have somewhat of a strong personality, but I'm still a little girl inside. Where he sent me someone that understood the power that I have, but he never tries to take it away, but he stands on who he is and very comfortable in his own skin. Right. He does not care. You Sonya to me. You may be Dr. Sonya to the world, but he does it with such grace and ease. I can't even imagine trying to teach that to someone. I don't have to teach him anything. Yeah. He just does it naturally. And so now it's coming into this space and helping women when they date and even just in business. Your partner is important.
For sure.
Yes.
Because if not, he will tear you down or build you back up, and you over in the corner sucking on your thumb talking about, oh my gosh, I want a business. I was going to start it. I've met many women who closed their businesses because of the relationships they were in. They got the person who got started with them, but they didn't get with the person who was going to help them build along the way.
So how do you coach women on that? Because this is just my opinion. Some women, correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead, go with it. Go
Some
for
women
it.
may value the relationship more than they value their business or their purpose because they've been conditioned to say like, success looks like you being a housewife, you taking care of the kids, and this business is cute, this little thing, but this is what you're put on this earth to do. And like, some women have been instilled that. So like, I feel like with entrepreneurship, some women can say like, okay, well, Dr. Sonya, I want to start this business, but I really want to be married and have kids more. Like, how do you balance that? Or do you even coach them?
How do you harmonize?
Yeah, how do you harmonize? Because I feel like a lot of women may use that as an excuse of fear because their partner might have instilled that to them. Yes. Right. And if they are fearful, how do you help them like get out of that?
You know, I believe there's a twofold in there, and I have encountered it. I do have clients, women that I work with now. Some are single, some are divorced, some are married, some are harmonizing their life. But for the most part, they're at a mature, not age, but they're a level of maturity where either they've been listening to me long enough. I wasn't always a business coach. Or well, I would say now a wealth distribution champion. Right. I wasn't always this. I was in the life coaching and divorce coaching first. Yeah. So I had to learn this myself because I grew up on that whole thing. Not grew up, but later on, you know, your husband is a leader and all of that. Well, how about I get a partner with this and getting a partner? So I'll have the conversation. I don't harp on it because some of them come that way, but I do have very challenging, tough conversations, and I have one on YouTube now that some women are mad. How are you telling I'm not trying to break up a happy home, but at some point your kids are going to grow up. God forbid your husband leaves you. What else you got? I'm not saying have something separately, but I believe we all come into this space and place where we need to have something that we focus on that belongs to us. Right. And some women don't want it, and it's okay. That doesn't mean she's not going to be successful. She's probably not going to be in business. Right. Not right now. Right. Maybe later on she'll think about it because women are the fastest growing businesses of entrepreneurs. But I also add, we're the ones who shut doors faster too. Wow. Because we are getting to this place, we got to learn how to harmonize our life. You're over here wanting to date. Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, well, you all can per se, but imagine trying to date and build this, right? Which one is more important? Right. You would say they're equal, but can you get with someone who understands like, hey, I'm not going to be readily available all the time. If you call me, I don't answer, I can call you back. I'll text you. Some people are needy. Even at my age, when I was dating, the 10-year gap before I got my encore marriage, I was out here in these streets. Man, y'all can have it. I don't want it.
Like somebody FaceTime you midday on a Tuesday is wild. Like you ain't got nothing to do. Like it's 2 p.m. Like why would you expect me to be able to answer the phone right now?
You ain't gonna answer. Can we go on a date? Like, but I've had people even at the beginning stages. check you out on social media, and you know social media tells the truth, whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't think I want to date, because you're in the limelight. I wasn't even on TV
You
yet.
ain't seen nothing yet.
I wasn't on TV. There was no Bravo. There was no CNN. There was no traveling. It was none of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, this is what I'm dealing with?
Yeah.
And so dating apps, I tried them all. Like, this
Yeah.
is not working. So I took a hiatus and like, y'all can have it. I'm going to focus. And that's when my husband, Sean, came when I wasn't focused on it.
Well, that's a great, I guess, segue to the question I was thinking about while you were talking. And how does a woman, because right now, at least, I'm not sure if you're seeing it, you're catching wind of, maybe you are, but like, it's just this nonstop conversation about like relationships and men and women and 50-50, this, that, and the third. How does a woman who wants to operate in her power,
Yes.
right, be able to do so, but without, and it shouldn't even be the woman's responsibility, but maintaining that femininity within the power, right? Because I feel like sometimes the assumption is that if a woman's out here prioritizing or focused on her business, that she's not thinking about me, she can't nurture a man, whatever. Like that's like what people are saying, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm curious from your vantage point, how can a woman like harmonize, right? Balancing that or harmonize that femininity, right? And still maintaining that while still staying and operating in their power.
Can I be very transparent?
Please.
Yeah.
I have to work on this every single day.
Yeah.
Mind you, I got 21 years military. I've been on a battlefield where most men haven't been, right? Been shot at, I've been bombed, I've been away from my family for 15 consecutive months. And so just being in combat in itself, I took on this role of I'm invincible. I'm not, right? My body went to Iraq, but mentally I didn't come back. And I had to work through that. And then you get somebody in your life when you dating trying to tell you need to do this, you need to be in the kitchen cooking. I don't like cooking. I can, but I don't. I can get us a chef, right? Right? And so it was more of I have to work on that. But I believe it's the partner that you're with.
For sure.
If I had someone who was just as headstrong as I am, even when my first marriage, it was like this. I was always senior. I always made more money, but I never threw that in his face. I didn't recognize that until I went through the divorce. So when I came to my encore marriage, those are the things I had to work on those 10 years that I was not, well, I wouldn't say dating because I was out there, but I wasn't in a marriage. I had to work on that. Like, how do you... Because I'd never been here. There's no woman out there like, okay, Oprah, I guess, like she was one, but they're supposedly not married. So she's not out here saying, hey, how do you be this powerful woman
Outside
of that and still be feminine and bring on your femininity? This is why I dress the way I dress. I try to still keep it cute and classy, even though I want to walk like a tomboy half the time. I still want to like
basketball walk.
Yeah, my sister's like, I still see it. Okay, that's why I put on heels. I see it. I know. But it's just really sitting back. I believe there for each woman, there's a little girl. There's a little girl that wanted to be cuddled and hugged by my husband. He gets to see that. Like most people don't see it. Like he gets to see me cry. He gets to see me when it's a hard day at work and client working your nerves. He gets to see that.
Right.
And the first time he saw it, he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I said, oh, you didn't think I bleed, huh? But I needed a safe place. I needed a place to be vulnerable. You can't do that to everyone because people will take advantages. I've met the con men. I've met the folks out there for your money. That was a scary place to be. Knowing like nobody's teaching this to us. And so do I have the conversations? Yes. How do you harmonize that? Just be out here and be diligent. Be around people that are going to teach you these things and listen.